Welcome to this edition of OWS Video FAQs. In this tutorial, we will discuss how to share exported video clips with others using OWS. The feature is incredibly powerful and also extremely easy to navigate. Let's get started. The objectives for this video tutorial are: access the customer page, review how to find and access exported video clips, review how to share exported video clips, and finally discuss the auditing features and value proposition of video clip sharing. We've added new features and enhancements to video and clip sharing. So as most of you are aware, this is the screen where videos that have been exported can be located, reviewed, and ultimately shared with others using any browser. You can now edit the title, public, and internal notes individually instead of entering all at once. That's a convenience factor. You'll also notice that there's a section down here for total share views and total share downloads. Significant changes have been made when sharing a clip, and there's a bunch of new features, including some auditing, that we will be discussing as we move along. OpenEye is proud to show the new clip sharing features, and we've made this feature easier to use and way more flexibility in its capabilities. So adding users to share clips with, it now accommodates those who already have an OWS login and password, as well as now allowing those who do not the opportunity to register with OWS as a guest so they too can view shared video clips. So this is excellent for your attorney, your insurance agent, any other entity that may need to occasionally see a video clip but doesn't need to regularly engage OWS. We've added an expiration date to the clip, and this is really useful when the clip contains sensitive information. For example, you just want it to be there for a little bit of time. We've added a text box. This allows you to actually put some text inside of the email of the shared clip to put the clip in context. It's really a nice feature as well. And again, we're going to show more of this as we progress through today's webinar. An additional benefit of the revised clip sharing, as I had briefly mentioned earlier, is the newly added auditing that OWS now provides. You can track who has shared the clip and who it's been shared with. You can review how many times the clip has been viewed by each person, and you can also edit the permissions for each individual who received the invitation to view the clip. So for example, you could change the expiration date on a clip or give a user permission to download the clip. And then there's a summary box next to each individual person that you've shared the clip with that will also summarize how many times they've viewed that clip. Now, this kind of granular information, it really allows the end user to properly manage the distribution of the shared clip, as well as ensure that all of those that needed to review the clip have done so. So let's look at how to access and share clips in OWS. I'm already logged in and have selected the customer. I'm in the customer portion of the portal with the blue banner bar. Let's take a look. Shared video clips reside up here under video and video clips. So let's go there and pull these up. So here comes all the clips that I already have loaded up for today. And again, any type of clips, you can go ahead, you can hover over the cameras to get the snapshots. And you'll see a lot of these shots in here. I have the same person showing up over and over. He even has an accomplice in this one. And we're going to dive into this just a little bit more. One of the neat things about clip sharing is when I'm putting clips up, the ones that are super important, I tend to put a couple of stars in front of, so that if I need to get to these quickly, I can go to my search bar and just put in the stars, and I just get to those, which makes it really, really easy for me. All right. So to view a clip, all we have to do is say view, and that's going to bring us into the clip. Now, what's great about this is we've changed some things within the clip itself. So you used to have to edit the title, notes, and internal notes all together. Now they're separate. So you can rename the title, change or add to your public notes that are notes that everybody can see. Then there's your internal notes. So only your colleagues can see those. That's one of the new improvements, and it's nice. You can see that we now have a running total of how many times the video has been shared and or downloaded, and there's a whole bunch more below. The player is still the same, works with any browser, very straightforward, simple controls. And if we want to share this video with somebody, all we have to say is add new share. Now this is the new piece that we've added for OWS 1.7. We've changed the way that you can share clips. So let's go ahead and add in some email addresses here. So we may want to send this to somebody internally. All right, and you'll see it recognizes that person as a user. I also may want to send this to my attorney. All right, now that person we don't have as a user yet, but the new feature within OWS 1.7 is that we will now send an email to this person, and that email to share the clip will first allow them to set up a password unique to them, and they become a guest user who can just view that clip. This keeps everything individualized, and it makes it really easy for these outside people, your insurance agent, attorney, outside consultants, vendors, etc. If you need to share things with, it's a great way to share. It makes it super easy for them to then come in, join the system, and view the clip. Another new thing that we've added is the expiration date. So let's say I'm going to set the expiration date on this for February 12th. Now, why have we added an expiration date? I think there's a couple of good reasons to discuss. The first is clips can be sensitive. So this may be something that you need to share, but it's not something you want hanging around forever. So you want to get this up there, have people look at it, and then have it kind of fade away where folks can't get to it. That would be reason one. Reason two would be this is a great way to manage how clips are worked on and how action is taken against situations. So if I'm a manager, I may give this clip to my insurance agent and a couple people internally, and I've put that expiration date on there, and I've told them, I need you to review this and get back to me by February 12th. If we get to February 13th and they haven't done anything yet, they're going to have to pick up the phone and call me and say, so sorry, I didn't do this and I can't get to the clip now. At which point in time, and I'll show in a minute, we can change that. But this gives you the ability to really manage things, keep the urgency behind, and basically drive that anytime an important event happens, you work through it with urgency. The next feature here is allow user to download video clip. That's been there. And again, as a best practice, we don't suggest checking that box. If this is a clip that is meant to be shared internally and you're going to use it for training, no problem. Let people go ahead and download it. If this is something that's a more important type of an issue, or there could be legalities involved, you don't want to interrupt the chain of evidence by giving somebody the ability to download it and then maybe do something with it. So again, as a best practice, we suggest not checking that box. The next feature, and this is new, is add text to be included with email. So this is great because this actually allows you to put the clip in context, and that will be in the email that gets sent to the person. So I may say, you know, this is the employee we need to discuss. Something simple like that. Now when I share this, this is going to go out. And what we're going to see is this actually goes out and it shows that it went to a guest user. Now, as soon as that user comes back in and they actually sign up and come into the system, then this will convert, okay? And we'll see some other things happen. So what I want to do now is I want to very quickly, I'm going to sign out of my account real quick. And I'm actually going to close it. And I'm going to come over to my email. And here's the invitation that came for one of these clips. So when this person, Mr. Attorney, Mr. Insurance Agent, Ms. Consultant gets this, all they have to do is select Watch Clip. And when they do, they can put in their name. And, you know, maybe this is Steve Consultant. Okay, and they put in a password and confirm it. And then they say they accept terms and conditions, etc. When they hit save, then they'll actually be taken directly in, and here's the clip. All right, they can now play this, okay, and they can move this forward, backwards. They can take this full screen. Okay, it's very nice what they can do, but that's all they can do. They can't edit anything or anything like that. So again, this is somebody from the outside who needs to view. It's exactly what you've let them do. All right, so what I'm going to do now next is I'm going to sign out as this consultant, and I'm going to come back in as me. All right, and we're going to go back into our account, And what I'm going to show now is that if we go into video clips and we go ahead and we call up that clip that we were just in, we can see now that that guest user has changed to Steve Consultant, and we also can see that the auditing that's new to OWS 1.7 is working great. I already know that he's viewed this one time. All right, so I can keep track. Again, you want to manage these clips. You want to make sure that the folks who are looking at them so you can put this one to bed and move on. So this is great stuff. Now, one of the things I mentioned earlier, if Steve Consultant gets to the expiration date of the 31st and he hasn't finished and he has to call me and say, I didn't finish, I can give him grief, but then I can go right in and edit this. Just change his expiration date to sometime in February. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more weeks, right? And then save. And that's very quickly just going to update that. And that's on the fly. So very straightforward, but extremely easy to use and to manage. A few specific takeaways to consider here, please. Clips are accessed from the customer page under Video. Clips can be shared with others, even those who aren't active users of OWS. Clips can be provided an expiration date which can be changed if needed. You can add text to the shared clip email to put the clip in context. OWS audits the shared clips, who it was shared with, was it viewed, how many times, etc. Properly managing incidents by utilizing clip sharing allows the customer to quickly evaluate and handle various events as they occur, as well as involve all persons needed to help with said event. This concludes this video FAQ. If you have questions, please contact training@openeye.net. Join us again for more interesting videos. There's more to be seen.